Mr. Bradshaw would like to know, how do you know when you've done enough exploratory testing?
Yeah, a really good question. It couples so tightly in with when we talked about how we can keep on track with our testing. I go back to what I was saying earlier. When we're doing exploratory testing, we are finding out information about something with the express purpose of sharing that information to aid decision making. So effectively, if the information we're starting to share to people stops decision making, or we're not interested in the information we're finding anymore through our debriefs, that's when we stop testing effectively. So if I've started looking at the width of people, and I'm now looking at, I've gone past sumo wrestlers. I'm now into people wearing like inflatable costumes. I'm now into people, I've genetically engineered people that are like, 70 foot tall by this much wide. And people go, when I play back my debrief and say, well, yeah, but none of our customers are actually going to be genetically engineered colossuses or colossi from the dawn of time. Why are you doing this? That's when I've gone far too far. So what we need to be doing is take your time box your testing so that, you've done a morning's worth of testing, you're playing it back to the people, either developers, product owners, whoever you're debriefing back to help make those decisions. And if you're finding that you're no longer making decisions about things, if your testing is no longer informing your decisions about things, that's when you stop your testing and you move on to something else. So that's the short answer. And yes, never say never, Richard. I too long for a day where my chairs will be used by colosses from the dawn of time. But yeah, effectively, when the information stops being useful, that's when we stop. And the only way we can find that out is by playing back what we've learned, seeing if it makes any changes to anything, and asking. You can ask your team, would it be useful for me to drill into this further? In a stand-up, say, look, I'm thinking of looking at these types of things. Another thing that you can do is don't try and trick people. We're not here to catch them out. You don't want to be that tester to go, ha, I thought of this and you didn't think of this. That's not a very collaborative mindset. We can come up with our test ideas through, mind map them. That's how I do. To say, here are all the things I'm thinking about testing even before people have started coding, before they even put, pixel to screen on these things. I usually come up with a lot of risks around the design of what we're doing, come up with some test ideas, and I work with the developers to say, what are the highest priority things? What are we worried about? Can we close off any of these whilst we're developing it? So then we're collaborating and we're getting that idea of what would be enough testing here, and play it back to the business. Start talking about like, how much exploratory testing do you want? How bulletproof does this have to be? Do I have to be able to, throw rocks at it and it, they all bounce off, or what's good enough? So yeah, collaboration, and when the information stops being useful effectively. Hopefully that answered your question.